want to just talk about review of Saturday's game and then what we've got ahead of us this weekend with UCA.
Yeah, after watching the video, I'm real happy with the effort our players played with. We played hard, we played physical. They kept playing. Had some ups and downs. We made some mistakes and some errors. But the good thing is we were able to get over on the sideline, have good attitudes on the sideline, correct them, and guys played through and got better as the game went on. We're obviously in a tough contest against a good football team and had our opportunities to win it. Disappointed we weren't able to pull it off. We had some chances to. But we got to take away that we prepared well, we played hard, we executed. Thought our defense played really, really solid, particularly in the second half. Holding them to a field goal and 5 punts is a heck of a deal. So now we got to get ready for a really good opponent coming in Saturday night. A team we know really well. They know us really well, so it should be interesting.
After going back and assessing the film, just kind of what you make of the offensive line play on Saturday?
I really like the effort that they played with. They played hard. They played faster than we did in the spring. We had a couple errors in pass protection as far as assignments when they gave us some different blitzes and different looks that we hadn't seen before. But for the most part, their effort and they got better as the game went on. I thought they played hard and they competed hard. They were going against good guys. That's the one thing that really, when you go back and watch the video, that stands out is how good their players are, how physical their linebackers were, and how fast and physical their safeties were, and we're right there competing with them.
You have an update that Ian went out in the last drive of the game?
Who's that?
Ian Fitzgerald?
Yeah, he should be good. He got kicked in the ankle, so it's not a high ankle sprain or anything like that. And you can see it right on the video. He was blocking and somebody left their feet and kicked him in the ankle. And Swope came in and Swope did a pretty good job when he was in there.
See you guys have that resiliency after the rough start, first quarter, early second, in the first game of the season. How encouraging is that down the stretch?
Yeah, I think it shows some experience and some poise, and some guys that have come back and won games before. I think that Southern Illinois game, and you think back on that, we were able to get our poise, play better in the second half, make some adjustments, and come back and find a way to win. So it was good to see our guys do that and compete the entire time, and work hard at it.
You mentioned Jake Swope, that's a local guy. What did you like most about what you saw to him when he came in?
I like Jake a lot. Jake's big and very, very athletic. He's working hard on getting his strength and size to where it needs to be a starter. He had some work in camp when he was working with the starters and did a really nice job, got dinged up, and we had to make a decision on what to do. But he came back off the injury fairly quick and is doing a nice job. He's certainly our third tackle, and he'll be playing all year long, I think.
Kevin Ellis stood out, just going back and watching, just going up against some experienced guys on the Oklahoma State offensive line, and Kevin was still a problem. Just kind of what you make of his performance.
Yeah, he's just the effort that he plays with, the resiliency that he plays with. He's nonstop from get off to whistle. He just keeps going. He's like that energized bunny. It just keeps on going. And he causes issues. He causes issues in the running game. He causes issues in the pass game. I thought he was going to get another sack, but he got a couple hits on the quarterback and did a great job. And certainly teams have to understand where he is and game plan for him.
Lamondre Joe getting a lot of playing time at corner. They kind of went at him early. Would you like, because the defense got better throughout the game, he did as well. Just what you like from him?
The perfect mentality for a corner. Plays one play at a time, believes in himself. He's tough, mentally tough, very, very athletic. There's some good receivers coming at him, and he was nonstop. Could put the last play behind him and worry about the next play. I think he's going to have a really, really bright future ahead of him. He's got to get bigger as it goes on, and he's done that since he's came here. He's gained weight, got stronger since he's came here, so that's a good thing. But he's a very talented guy. But I think what I liked the most was his mentality through the game and his confidence, even when they were completing some passes on him. He just kept playing.
starting as a true freshman too. Just what stood out to him just going into the season?
Just his athleticism and his speed and understanding of the position. A lot of true freshmen come in and get around their teammates and, take a step back and, a little bit intimidated. He didn't blink from the first day he got here. He was, ready to play, ready to compete, and get after it, believes in himself. Comes from a really, really good high school program, probably put 10 or 12 guys out to Division I football a year, so I'm sure some of that plays into it. Mainland High School is a great high school program in the Space Coast down there in southern Florida.
And Jason's performance, just going back and watching that, just what you liked about that and keeping you guys in the game?
Yeah, I liked how he was able to overcome some early mistakes that he generally doesn't make. A couple of decisions that could have dumped the ball to the back on one and did get out of the huddle quick enough. Some of that was the way they were marking the ball and starting the clock. There's a few times where there's 8 or 10 seconds left on the timeout clock, and they're already running the 25-second clock on us, which is not how it should be done. But it did cause us some issues. And then, when he fumbled the snap at the time, I was a little bit concerned about it. But his toughness came out, his competitive spirit came out. When you're a great competitor at quarterback, you make everybody else around you better, and we just kept playing and played through it and made some great plays running, made some great plays throwing the ball, and gave us an opportunity to win the game.
Looking at Central Arkansas, I know 2 games last year that you guys felt like could have been a lot different in terms of outcome. Just how excited do you feel everybody is to actually get back out there and play them again?
Yeah, I think our guys are ready to get back and work and practice this week. That's the key. We were in the weight room today. Word out of the weight room is they had great attitudes and we're working hard. We'll get in the meeting room this afternoon, then come out tonight and condition and run and get the soreness out, and then start our weekly game plan stuff tomorrow. So it's a good football team. We know them well. I did feel like in the fall that we hadn't quite learned how to win a game yet. That we found ways to lose those games. So we've got to take care of the football offensively and play the right way to win football games. And hopefully that carries over from the spring.
The guys said after the game that they were excited for conditioning today. Is that something you've ever heard before?
No, no, I never have. But I tell you what they do. They go out there and run hard. We work them hard on Monday nights, and the conditioning is something that we need. I think maybe some of them know that it paid off in the game. Because I did feel like we were in good condition. I did feel like, we played for 4 quarters fast, and I didn't see us wear down. It didn't show up at all, so maybe they're excited to get in better conditioning. Maybe we could run 4 extra ones tonight.
About Dimitri, we saw a little bit of him throughout the game, saw a lot more Farron. Just kind of where's Dimitri at, and where do you want to see him?
Yeah, he's still got a lot to learn. The issues out there were getting the front set right, and we made some errors when he was out there. The communication, the tempo that they were going. Staff made a decision that Farron could handle the mental part of it and get us in the right places quicker with that tempo. That's what happens when you miss a couple weeks of practice. So we're looking forward to him getting to practice, showing it in practice, getting the communication done, and then you get more reps.
With all that in mind, coming off a good showing on the national stage, home opener Saturday night, what are you kind of expecting on Saturday with open stadium potentially?
Yeah, I hope that we have a great tailgate and they all come into the stadium and give us home field advantage. The last time we played these guys at home at night, I thought we had a really good crowd, and they did a good job, helped us a lot. So if we could double that, that would be great.
Looking at Central Arkansas, just the weapons they have at receiver, it seems like they added another one since the last year. Receivers, and kind of try to attack that.
Yeah, that's the challenge. They had good receivers a year ago, and we defended them well. And certainly, I'm sure they've been looking at it, and they'll be motivated to come in and try to show what they can do. Quarterback, as we know, is a really good player, can make the throws. So that's really the challenge. It helps a lot if we can get a lead, get ahead of them, and our D line can tee off. And, You know, we got to shut their run down. Whenever you shut somebody's run down, you force them to have to throw the ball, then you get better pass rush and get some turnovers created. So that's something that's really important to us.
Yeah, Jason, just kind of going back and watching the Oklahoma State film, just kind of what stood out to you about your performance and just kind of the way the offense went.
I would say just looking at myself, I felt like I had a pretty decent game. Definitely could have made some plays. There was some left out in the field, but overall I would say that it was a pretty decent performance.
You mentioned it's the first time you've been out on the football field in a real game in a while. How did that feel?
It felt great. It felt great to go out there and get my feet wet and run around a little bit. You know, made some plays. It was nice playing under the lights and get to do it again this week.
What made you want to come here from out west?
Actually, I'm from Texas, so going out west was a little something different for me. This is kind of more similar culture, climate-wise, from where I'm from, back home in Texas. But yeah, Coach P, he kind of stood out to me, and I know what kind of offenses he produced, and I want to come out here and be a part of that.
I think something that kind of gets lost in the shuffle when it comes to transfers, that's 3 playbooks that you've gone through. Has that been a challenge at all?
That is something I just been I kind of pride myself in being as smart as I can be. And I mean, this third QB system, third offense I've been in, not really. Kind of get used to it at this point. I just go in there and learn every year, every week, something new.
A ton of weapons at receiver, but it seems like you go to Xavier a lot. Just kind of seems to be like a safety net for you. Just kind of what's that connection like?
Yeah, we got a real good connection. We were roommates in the this summer, and we just kind of built a little connection off the field and stuff like that. But yeah, the game plan this week, we kind of fed him a little bit, and next week we're gonna try to spread the ball a little bit, and let everybody else work.
How does that help when you got like Tyler sitting next to you and you see the defense doing what they were doing there in the second half and getting you the ball back after relatively short drives? How does that help what you're doing?
Hey, that was great. They only gave up 3, and that was big. That kept us really in the game. Kept offensive confidence, and they allowed us to stay close in that game and allowed us to have a chance to win at the end of the game. So yeah, shout out to the defense for sure.
Tyler, you've been here for a little bit. Just the switch in the change in the defense. How much fun has it been to just kind of be on a unit that's able to just kind of dominate Oklahoma State in the second half there?
Yeah, man. I've been here for a long time, but it's a lot of fun having guys that you can trust out there, and it's going to give the effort for 4 quarters, and it's just been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun having, especially a lot of new faces. Got those guys acclimated quick with the playbook. They just came in ready to work.
Talking with Coach earlier about Lamondre Joe, just having a true freshman guy out there, just kind of what's that like, and how have you seen him grow since camp?
Yeah, man, we take guys like that under our wing, help them out whenever they need to on the field. He plays hard, man, and you can count on LJ out there. And I like his mentality a lot. Next play, doesn't really matter what happens on that play, whether it's a good or bad play for him. It's great having him out there.
What's the excitement level like right now in the locker room after a pretty strong performance, obviously, against a great team as you guys move now into FCS play?
Yeah, man, we're really just focused on this game coming up. Get back to work Tuesday, or really tonight. Get back to work tonight and prepare for our next opponent.
You feel that level of, importance on these games. Of course, every game's important, but now you guys are chasing playoff bids and championships, and this is a big non-conference game against a ranked opponent. Do you feel that at all?
Nah, man. We're just going out playing our game plan, execute our game plan. We just worry about what we do in our room.
Ty, does anybody poke fun at you about being kind of the old guy in the locker room?
Yeah, man. I get called the grandpa on the team, man. We had a couple guys last year. We had a couple guys. Yeah, you know that? 23. Yeah, I ain't that old. Man, but yeah, we got a couple guys last year that were a little older than me, but now coming back, I'm one of the oldest guys now, so I guess I'm the grandpa of the team these days.
Looking at Central Arkansas, that's a team you guys feel like you should have beat twice last year. Just how does that motivate you a little more going into this week?
We just got to focus on our execution. That's what cost us in the fall against them last year. So we just get back to practice, execute our game plan, and we'll get the W.
You redshirted. You're really old.
Yeah, man. Super old. Super senior.
Jason, kind of
you
looking.
and playing in Springfield for the first time coming up on Saturday?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see the crowd they bring. I'm excited to see the energy. And 7 o'clock kickoff, so we'll be under the lights again. So yeah, it'll be a fun night.
What do you see in Central Arkansas so far while watching film, if you've watched it already? I mean, last year they had a guy that went to the that's in the NFL at corner. Just what do you see in the defense right now?
I see a real athletic team. They definitely fly around. So we got to make sure we take care of the football because as you have turnovers happen when teams fly around like that. But I got respect for them. They're big and fast and athletic, so it'll be a challenge for us to go out there and be focused.
Jason, you like to have a smile when you're doing these press conferences and on the sidelines and stuff. Whenever you get in the game, you like flip a switch.
Yeah, game comes on. Yeah, I definitely don't like to lose. I hate losing more than I like winning. So yeah, I try to keep my composure as much as possible. And sometimes the lights definitely bring a dog out of me.
The competitiveness came out the other day when they roughed you. Just watching your reaction there, just.
Yeah, I was look because I seen the ref behind me. There was a ref close to me that didn't throw a flag, so I thought that I didn't get a flag, but the one behind him caught it. So I calmed myself down like right after the ref was like, "You got it right there." I'm like, "Oh, my fault. Sorry for spazzing like that." But yeah, it was pretty intense game.
Tyler, you see Central Arkansas's struggles against the run last week. You guys were great against the run the other night. Just kind of what worked for you so well against the run against the Oklahoma State team that usually is pretty known for running the ball well?
Really, when it comes to running the ball, it's all about effort. Effort from our D-line. It starts with our D-line. We got a lot of push from our D-line, a lot of movement, a lot of games from them. As long as our D-line keeps doing their job, we'll keep stopping the run.
And just kind of watching Kevin grow, just how's that kind of been? Because he's turned into quite a star in the league.
Yeah, man, I've seen Kevin since he first got on campus, and he's become a great player for us. He started out as linebacker, as a middle linebacker, and then he got some weight to him, and got moved down to defensive end, and he's a monster at defensive end, man. He looked really, really good at DN.
Tyler, where do you pull inspiration from, whether it be like a tough practice or a long, drawn-out game or something? Where do you just pull that extra energy from?
Honestly, man, I do it for my son. I have a little boy, so I just do it for him, man. That's all my motivation.
How old is he?
He's 3.
Enough to start running around in the backyard or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, he's been running around, man. He keeps me running around everywhere.
How's balancing that?
It's a little tough sometimes, but I got a good support system. I got a lot of people that help me out. Yeah, I got a lot of people that help me out, and I really appreciate them a lot.
Do you ever, look for him in the stands or anything like that during the games, or does he come to the games yet?
Oh yeah, he comes to all the games. I'm always looking up for him. He's always waving, high-fiving Boomer the Bear and stuff like that. He goes crazy at the game.